Hi, welcome to this part of the talk, and I'm Mr. Ip Man Phai from the school. I'm a teacher and also the careers master. In this part, I'm going to talk about the alternative qualifications in Chinese language requirements for further studies and future careers. So this is the highlights, and first of all, I would give you an overview of the education system and public exam in Hong Kong. And the second part, I would talk about the acceptance of alternative Chinese qualifications by Drupas institutions. And the last part would be about the acceptance of alternative Chinese qualifications by the Civil Service Bureau of the Hong Kong SAR. So, all of you are parents and students of the junior forms, and I would like to introduce our education system in Hong Kong. Starting from 2012, there was the HKDSE exam, and all secondary schools in Hong Kong would last for 6 years. 3 years in the junior secondary and 3 years in the senior secondary. And after 6 years, they would take the proper exam. We call it the Hong Kong DSE, and then there would be 4 years of university studies. That's why usually we would call it a 3-3-4 academic structure. To plan ahead, your child has to decide which subjects to choose at the senior level, and also the language they would use in studying the different electives. But besides that, there would be 4 core subjects. We say the core subjects are Chinese, English, mathematics, and liberal studies. No matter what electives they choose, they have to study the 4 core subjects. There would be also other learning experiences. They would not appear in the proper exam, but every school in Hong Kong would provide them with the opportunities to take part in, such as the social service, aesthetic development, physical development, and career-related experiences. After 6 years of secondary education, they would take the Hong Kong Diploma of Secondary Education. We call it the DSE. After taking the proper exam and they get the scores, they would either enter a 4-year university degree program, or taking a sub-degree program such as an associate degree, a higher diploma, or other careers-related qualifications, and then they can go to work and find a job in Hong Kong. And for the DSE, now they have different levels of achievement. The highest level to be achieved is level 5, and the lowest level would be level 1. U means unclassified level, which is not an academic result in the DSE. But for level 5, the best achievers would got a double star. We call it a 5 double star, and the less able but still very high achieving students would get the 5-star level in level 5. So these are the levels that they would get in the proper exam. And universities would set a minimum requirements for students entering their courses. In Hong Kong, all of the public universities, we say public because they are government funded, and there would be subsidies provided to the universities. They would all admit students according to a joint university programs admission system. We call it JUPAS, or the Drupas system. These are the 9 institutions that would take students from the Drupas system. they would only get one offer from this system. Usually we say students would go to the university is one of these 9 institutions. But there are also some private universities in Hong Kong which they don't join the JUPAS system. And for the 9 institutions, they have set a general entrance requirements if a student want to apply. At least they have to take the 4 core subjects, and they have to get level 3 in Chinese and English, and level 2 in math and liberal studies. And some institutions would ask them to have at least 1 elective which is in level 2. But there are also other institutions, they would ask the students to have 2 electives with at least level 3. These are the minimum requirements, but it would not entitle a student to get into every subjects. Some subjects are very competitive in the universities, such as the medicine, law, or dentistry. These subjects would have a very high requirements for the academic results. But I think for non-Chinese speaking students, the subject that they would be most concerned would be the Chinese language. To get a level 3 in Chinese language would be quite a hard task for non-Chinese speaking students. So JUPAS institutions, they have agreed to accept alternative qualifications in Chinese as fulfilling the above requirements. So what are the alternative qualifications that they can accept? There are 3 different exams: the General Certificate of Secondary Education, GCSE, the International General Certificate of Secondary Education, the IGCSE, or the GCE A-level. All these exams are actually not provided by Hong Kong, but by the different boards of the United Kingdom. But students don't need to buy an air ticket to go to Great Britain to take these exams, because of the arrangements of the HKEAA, Hong Kong Examinations and Assessment Authority. They have an agreement and an arrangement made with the different examination boards in the UK, and students can take the above exams in Hong Kong. And if they can get the minimum grade required by different institutions, then the Chinese language requirements level 3 would be substituted by the 3 exams. So what grades does a student need to achieve? There are different institutions with different requirements. For these 5 institutions, they would ask you to have an E in GCE A-level or AS level, the Chinese, or a grade C in GCSE or IGCSE. But there are 4 other institutions which only required grade E in all of these exams. So these are the minimum grades they have to achieve so that they can fulfill the requirements for the universities. But for institutions not joining the JUPAS scheme, the requirements for Chinese language for non-Chinese speaking students would be considered on an individual basis. And the second considerations for students would be applying for jobs. For the government of Hong Kong, they recruit potential candidates through the Civil Service Bureau, and it has an acceptance of GCSE or IGCSE Chinese. They would regard a grade C equivalent to level 3 in Hong Kong DSC Chinese. But please pay attention that for employers other than the Hong Kong government, the requirements for Chinese language for non-Chinese speaking students would be considered on an individual basis. For further information and other resources, please refer to this website set up by the Education Bureau. So thank you for listening. Bye-bye.